Well, it's my view, and I'm going to be speaking about this in the conference tomorrow, that the US dollar is headed for hyperinflation. And there's one predominant characteristic that causes hyperinflation. It's not from banks lending too much, it's from governments spending too much. That spending is out of control. They borrow in order to meet those spending aspirations. The central bank then takes that government debt and turns it into currency. You get two types of hyperinflation. You have the hyperinflation in Germany in the 1920s and Zimbabwe today, and then you had the hyperinflation in Argentina, for example, or Brazil in the 1980s and early 1990s. The difference between those two hyperinflations is that in the first case, it's a paper currency hyperinflation in Germany and Zimbabwe because very few people had bank accounts. But what the central bank did is they took the government debt and turned it into paper currency, and that paper currency was used by the government for spending purposes. What happened in Brazil and Argentina, very little paper currency was used in commerce. Most people had bank accounts. So what the central bank did is they took the government debt, turned it into deposit currency, and that caused inflation by putting zeros on your bank account as opposed to lots of different paper. Now in the United States today, there's a very sophisticated banking system. Everybody has a bank account. Paper currency doesn't count for that much transactions. So we're going to have a hyperinflation in the US, much like what occurred in Argentina back in the late 1980s, early 1990s, a deposit currency hyperinflation, not a paper currency hyperinflation. And my view is that you're going to start seeing clear signs of hyperinflation by the end of this year, first quarter of next year at the latest. The writing is already on the wall based on several things that we're seeing already, such as rising T-bond yields and government spending that's completely out of control, and the central bank willing to buy government debt and turn that into currency.